Welcome to our Life Force Nation podcast. Tonight, we're taking you on a tour of Paraguay as a potential plan B. We're going to explore some pros and cons and give you a clear overview. We had the privilege of exploring Paraguay, and we just thought that we would share our insights. I have the amazing Carol and Claire Westmacott joining me as well. We're sharing some photos and then what Paraguay has revealed to us on our recent travel there. Now, I've shared with many of you a few times that I have had many visions throughout my life that I would be living somewhere where there were palm trees and that I would be able to eat fruit in my own backyard. And I've never really enjoyed winters in Calgary. I'm not a cold weather woman, so I've been looking at different countries throughout the years. And then, of course, when this whole pandemic happened, that was what really inspired me to get to take it seriously and say, okay, it's time for me to go on a soul adventure. I don't call it, moving from a place of fear or anything, because I've always wanted to live in another country where it's warm and I could wear summer dress and be in the sun. I've been to a few countries, lived in Australia for 6 months, and then, of course, again in 2023, I met a woman who is, she was going through her permanent residency, getting her permanent residency for Paraguay. And then, of course, my friend Pierre, her son, was helping people get their residency. So I talked to him and I was like, okay, this is it. And Carol and Claire are on the same wavelength, and they'll share their experiences and what's really inspiring them to take this path as well. We were really blessed in regards to the agents that we had and experienced. I'm not really going to talk about residency tonight. I normally talk about it on our private members meetings. This is really giving you the opportunity to see a little bit about Paraguay and just listen to our experience and what we feel Paraguay represents. To get started, let's just look at the map so you know the location where Paraguay is. It's a landlocked country between Brazil, Argentina, and Bolivia. It has a population of about 6.8 million, and there's so much natural beauty. There's so many trees. As you know, I am a big tree lover. It's very modern. There's lots of shopping, lots of amazing, great restaurants, and it's just a place where you can simplify your life. There's so many national parks, which I'm going to actually share with you right now. I'm going to share this video with you. This is the Iguazu Falls, and this is one of the reasons why when I saw these falls, I'm like, oh my gosh, the water's speaking to me. So water, falls, and trees are calling to me, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to go and experience Paraguay here as well.
Fly to the place that is known for the Cascades to see perhaps of the best normal display on the planet. The toward the west winding Rio Iguazu joins the Rio Paraná where Brazil, Argentina and Paraguay meet. Welcome to the awesome Iguazu Falls. The splendor of the falls with its misty rainbows is almost overwhelming. There is simply nothing else like it in the world. Millions of years ago, natural forces split up the Earth's crust, creating what the indigenous Guarani people call the Great Waters. Iguazu Falls is 1.7 miles wide and is not one but an astonishing 275 waterfalls. 80% of the falls lies in Argentina and 20% in Brazil. Follow the boardwalk trail through the jungle and stand on viewing platforms opposite or, if you are feeling brave, on top of the falls. Feel humbled by the power of the tumbling water mass below you. In the wet season, a maximum of nearly 13,000 cubic meters of water, that's 450,000 cubic feet, thunders over the combined falls each second. Enjoy a more serene frontal view of the falls from the shady viewpoints in Brazil. As seen from here, the river seems to drape itself over the edge like a curtain. The central point, which receives about half of the river's flow at once, is called the Garganta del Diablo, or Devil's Throat. Dare a journey beneath the falls on a speedboat safari. You are guaranteed to get wet. If you'd rather stay dry, take a helicopter ride over the U-shaped series of falls to see how it forms a dramatic chasm in the Earth's surface. Just away from the roaring water mass is the tranquility of the subtropical rainforest. Getting there is easy. There are nearby airports in Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay. Iguazu Falls is certainly one of the most picturesque. UNESCO declared it a protected World Heritage Site because it is such a magnificent liaison between land and water. Due to its unequaled beauty, Iguazu Falls is one of the world's most cherished wonders of nature.
Okay, Carol, do you want to share your views on Ascension the moment you arrived?
I would love to. The first thing I noticed was the air. It was so pure and so fresh. There was a gentleness about it. And of course, they have no chemtrails. And you ask people about them and they've never even heard of them at all. And I think the other thing I noticed too was that, especially as we went forward, that we did go through a huge portal because it was so different. We arrived in this place that's still going forward. Canada's going down. And this place where we were was going forward. I mean, they're transforming everything. They're beautifying things. The government overreach is not there, which is absolutely fabulous. Whereas here, the government overreach on almost a daily basis is coming down on us. So it was definitely, of all the traveling we've done, this has been the hugest portal.
Yes, absolutely. Ascension is the capital of Paraguay and it's the largest city. Its population is about 3.6 million. So it's about, it represents over 50% of Paraguay's total population. And despite being the oldest city in South America, it has a lot of charm. Claire, give us your thoughts.
Well, as you can see there, you can see all of the high rises of the buildings. So it is, as you said, one of the oldest cities, and that's actually one of the things that Asuncion is famous for. It's called the mother of cities, and it was built or founded in 1537, which makes it one of the oldest cities in South America. And so as a result of that, a very, very rich history and a lot of history that's there, but it's also a developing country. And you can see the modern high rises that are in there. Everywhere we looked, we were seeing new buildings, new high rises, a huge commercial center that's there. It has a very vibrant riverfront, which is pedestrian friendly. We can walk along the Paraguayan River. It's called sorry about the Spanish part about it, La Costanera, and that's the name of it. It's along the Paraguayan River that's there. It's also one of the most affordable capital cities to live in. They say that it has an up and coming culinary scene. In our experience, they've already reached it. It was absolutely incredible. It's amazing. It's fresh. It's nutrient dense. You can just pick it off the tree and eat. And what we found is because it's so nutrient dense, that it really helps in keeping your weight down when you're eating all the other things that maybe aren't something you should be eating, but you can get away with more because of the fruit that is there, and it's very incredibly reasonably priced. to purchase the food, but in the restaurants itself. Service is excellent. It was just absolutely amazing. But as I said, it's a developing country, a developing city. So there you can see that plethora of the modern buildings, the huge commercial center that's there. But the thing that I noticed, and we all noticed, but the thing that really got me is when you stepped into Paraguay when we landed there. There's a few things that we found is you could just feel the freedom as like the heaviness that we're all experiencing up here, that heavy blanket of overreach. It isn't there. It's definitely a country that is going forward. It's very, very family oriented, and with the older generation is very much respected as well too. So it feels really, really good there. I mean, there's obviously old country, old city. There's infrastructure that needs to be upgraded, but we can see that is going to be happening. This is actually taken from our hotel window, believe it or not. And there's just some of the buildings. You can see the amazing number of trees, even in the city itself. And there's just a few of the buildings that are going, but everywhere we looked, 360 degrees, we were seeing high rises, condo units, all being developed there.
Thank you so much, Claire. For me, it was incredible how safe I felt. I remember there's a few times where you guys were stayed in your room at 9 p.m., 9:30 because we came back from dinner. And then I would stay at the shopping mall area and I'd have to walk back to the hotel and it's dark outside and I felt so safe. It was an incredible experience. I know that going forward, there's so much that we have not even unpacked. Like we haven't seen most of Paraguay. We experienced Ascension for 1 week, and then we experienced APV for about 4 days, and then we just came back to Ascension to explore because we want to really explore other communities as well. And yes, Claire and Carol, so right in regards to great restaurants. The food there is so amazing. Like every single bite, no matter what you ordered, was so good. And we're vegetarian, and Paraguay is a meat eating country. And so everywhere you go, there's steak houses or whatever, but they always, always had very delicious options for us. And so that was amazing. Do you want to share anything here, Carol?
Yes, I would. This is part of the two fabulous malls that we went to. The shopping there was unreal. The quality was like we had maybe 3, 5 years ago that we're not seeing anymore. The clothes, the fashions, the quality of the material. We just don't have it in this country anymore. We've lost a lot of our really good stores. Definitely noticeable for all of us.
I agree. I find that we're in a beige society now. It's like black and white and beige and but there it's color and quality. You're absolutely right, Carol. I just love the quality of the clothing there.
And
Amazing.
the incredible thing about the restaurants is you can see the trees. So many of them, they have indoor, but they also have an outdoor part as well too. So it's just you really feel like you're able to enjoy the warmth. And you have to remember too that when we arrived in what is considered their winter. And Karen's talking about not really being a winter person and the cold temperatures range from 20 to 26 degrees centigrade in winter. So we've sort of decided that we can handle that. Uh,
Exactly. Okay, and then we took our 4 hour trip to the countryside to EPV, and Wendy, she arranged for our driver to pick us up at our hotel. It is a 4 hour car ride to get there. Our driver, Andres, he was so amazing. He was the best. And the countryside is so beautiful. It's all red soil with the lush green. So I love the contrast It's very similar to if you've been to Sedona, Arizona, you've got the red rock there and the contrast of the green. And Sedona has always been known for the spiritual symbolism of the red and green is prosperity. And so this is again the potentiality, right? That's there for anybody. If you're source guided, if you're following the instructions from your higher self, from source, that you're going to be guided to live in a beautiful life. And Wendy was amazing in showing us homes that were for sale or for lease. We loved that almost every home there had banana trees, mango trees, lemon trees, papaya trees. So great. And Wendy introduced us to so many wonderful people that live there as well. There are a lot of Germans, and this is not a judgment, it's just not for observation. There's a lot of smokers in EPV. They had a party for us on Saturday night, and it was under this beautiful tree. You can see it in the background there, just behind where the chairs are. And so we got to just eat and have some, really great food and be entertained under the stars. I mean, how often do we ever get to do that? Is, being under this massive incredible tree. It was one of my highlights. And the family who owns the cafe there, oh my, the food was exceptional. We did meet a couple who just moved there from their farm in Regina. And I know Stephanie and her husband are selling their farm in Ontario, and they're moving there as well. So yes, if you really enjoy the quiet country life, farming, the closest town to EPV is about 30-minute drive. Then this is for you. It is not for me. It's not for us. We're going to be looking elsewhere as we have ample time to view other communities, other towns, etc. Paraguay offers so much. There's so many different communities and options available. What I did like there, though, is, of course, picking your own mandarin oranges from the tree. That was incredible. Carol, I'd love to hear your thoughts in regards to the trip back.
I just want to add one thing about the oranges. There were pits in them. So,
Yeah.
there's no GMOs going on here either, which was very notable as well. I haven't had an orange without pits in a long time.
Good point.
Yeah,
And they were delicious.
yeah, but the trip there and back gave us the opportunity to see the countryside, and it is absolutely beautiful. It was so green. The trees are amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. And we got a chance to see some of the villages on the way, and we were impressed by the fact how nice they were, how well kept. And of course, the homes are small, etc., but they were so well kept, and I wasn't expecting that. And they were so clean. They were a pleasure to go through. Really, really wonderful.
Thank you, Carol. And
And
Claire.
and from my perspective, can't wait to be able to get out. You saw the waterfalls. There's numerous waterfalls. That's not just one. There's numerous. There's the trees. There's other beauty. Cameras vibrating, waiting to be taken someplace where I can have pictures taken.
Yay. Yeah, it's just incredible. I love the trees. This is the Pocha tree. It is the national tree of Paraguay, and they're everywhere. And when the petals fall, you're walking on these pink petals. Just imagine that, in your mind's eye, just walking on pink petals. Yay! Heaven on earth. And then, of course, palm tree heaven. Of course, I like palm trees on the water, but when you get forests of palm trees, it's like, okay, this is fantastic. And now we're back in Ascension. We stayed at the yacht and golf club because it was my birthday and it was Carol's birthday. So we thought we are going to celebrate. Carol, I'll have you start.
Well, place was absolutely gorgeous. There was nothing about it that you couldn't like. The staff was, they were so thoughtful and they were there to help you at every turn. We were so impressed. Your comfort was number one for them. And we had a very beautiful stay there. And I would love to go back to that spot because, and the people are so kind. They're so nice and so gentle, so family oriented people. And this place was just out of this world.
And just as Carol saying, wanting to make sure that everything is looked after, and they go beyond that, because the first room that we had, there was an issue with the air conditioner; it wasn't working at all. They came in and tried to fix it immediately. They couldn't do it, so they got us another room, and then they ended up sending us a whole bunch of chocolate and other delicacies to apologize for the fact that the room that they provided us with, first of all, wasn't satisfactory. I mean, we were just happy to have a room with had air conditioning. Uh, but this is what we found. We find with all of Paraguay, just the people that we have been associated with, they just all they want to do is they just want to serve you and make life.
If they're in the service industry.
Yeah, in the service, they just want to make sure that you're getting the best. And this is just some pictures taken again from the hotel room of the yacht club. There's the Paraguayan River there. You can see part of it. There's an island there. You can see they had some yachts that were going up and down. So it's just a beautiful spot.
And if you don't know Spanish, they always will bring someone to your table or wherever you are who speaks English. I thought that was incredible.
And when all else fails,
Google Translator.
Spanish language.
Yes, absolutely. And amazing because I'd go down to the front desk, and every time I walk by, they're like, Karen, hola. They would just have a conversation with me. And so then they started teaching me Spanish. And yeah, it didn't stick. This is in the morning on my birthday, my born day, at breakfast. This is what they gave me, was this little tray of goodies. So this was my birthday on the right-hand side, and this is what Claire and Carol received, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And here, this is looking out from the room, right, Claire? And then this is the island. It's still part of Paraguay. And then you can see the freighters with the sea cans, because that's how most people move all their belongings from whatever country they're coming from, is by purchasing a sea can and then have it shipped. And this is how they bring it to Ascension, is on the river. But on the other side of that freighter is Argentina. That's exciting.
As you can read there, there's the growing population in Asuncion people there, and so what this does here, this new bridge connects the older part of Asuncion to a thing called Nueva, as you can see, Nueva Asuncion. So it's on the other side of the Paraguayan River, but it's still in Paraguay, and it is a very up and coming. It's in they have different districts, and it's in the districts of, I think, President Hayes or something is what they call it. But a lot of modern new buildings, a lot of shops that are there, and it's new development as well too. So as you can see, we know that the infrastructure is in a much better position than in some of the older part of Asuncion, because obviously this is new, and the older part of Asuncion is well, old, and so they still have some work to be doing. So there are a lot of very pockets of areas in Asuncion that are up and coming, shall we say, and they all have wonderful malls that are with up and coming with high-end stores and that sort of thing as well too. But they're not pushing it. It's just that it's there, so it is available. And I saw a chat there about someone asking about it seems like there's a lot of water for landlocked country. It is. It is landlocked, but there is a lot of water. The Paraguayan River is huge, and Paraguay actually has one of the largest navals for a landlocked country, because they obviously need to be able to support themselves on the river itself. So it's an amazing thing. And then lots of aquifers all over the place, which is why there's so many trees that are there. Water, of course, we know represents love. So they've got the basis.
Yes, and as Claire mentioned, the water comes from the aquifers, so you're drinking clean water. Whereas a lot of other countries, they're getting their water from the river, and then their water plants are outdated, etc. And then this is me and Claire and Carol celebrating my birthday. Had another amazing, well, probably our favorite restaurant. I went there a couple of times, and they brought out the most incredible birthday cake I've ever had in my life. It was so amazing. I didn't know what it was at first. I only want chocolate cake, and it was a white icing. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to surrender. And so we all put our forks in, and it was so delicious. It was like, oh my gosh. So I asked Ronald, the server, and he said it's the traditional birthday cake of Paraguay. So I get to have it whenever. I just wanted to give everyone an example. There's only three photos here. There's quite a few photos available, but just to give you an example of a rental. So this home, I found it on the expat community and on Facebook. It's a woman. She rents it out, and it's a two-bedroom, 1.5 bathrooms. There's a separate loft office, high-speed internet. There's a carport with a workshop room. There's a private well. So a lot of homes have wells. It's a large fenced property. It's gated as well. There's lots of space for gardening, fruit trees, as you can see. And it's not a typical fast-paced Paraguayan house. It's more of a Western style house, which we love. It has a backup generator. It's ready to move in. She even has airport pickup available and optional cleaning service. And the rent per month is 1,300 Canadian. So it just gives you an idea of what's available for you. Her home is near the town Atria. It's Atyra. And so it's very close to Ascension as well. I think it's only 50 kilometers from the city. There's so many options on where you can live in Paraguay. Uh, yeah, so I just wanted to share that with everybody.
I think the other part with that, there's the financial side of living in Paraguay that we haven't really talked about yet. I mean, other than the fact that things are very, very affordable, etc. That if you are going to be working in Paraguay, like working in the bricks and mortar type of thing in Paraguay itself, flat 10% tax with many deductions. So often people are able to get it right down to close to zero with that. But if as a digital nomad, Paraguay does not tax you at all for the work you're doing. I mean, you have to deal with the country that you're in. But if you have a PMA, then you don't have to deal with the country you're in. Also, there is an investment uh, plan. I'm not sure exactly, Karen. Maybe you remember somewhere between it's very little, $30,000 to $50,000 if you invest into property there, then you're able to get your temporary residency much more quickly than if you're going through the normal channels. And then after you get your temporary residency, then what they have is there's a thing called a cedula, which is your ID for Paraguay. And that cedula then gives you the opportunity to basically go to all the Latin American countries. You can live there, you can do whatever you want with it via having that cedula as well too. So there's a lot of really good. It's easy, much easier to make that transition there as well to having your temporary residency.
Thank you, Claire. Yes, let's talk about pros and cons. The process was very easy for us. Again, I really don't want to talk too much about the residency process. We talk about it in our private members, but again, it's the easiest thing. When your soul says yes to something like this, you get to make it easy. You get to make it so easy because when we were going through to immigration, usually we've been told that long lineups, you have to wait 3 to 4 hours. And how long did we wait?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, right? So Yeah, it makes a big difference on your own frequency and what you know is available to you as well. Yes, Sherry, you're absolutely right. It smells really amazing there, as Carol mentioned. I'm a deep breather, as you all know, and I sometimes don't want to breathe the air here. But when I was in Paraguay, deep belly breathing all the time. It was so great. Yeah, beautiful. I'm just looking in the chat here. Okay, so one of the cons is that it is a long trip from Canada. On our flight to Ascension, we went from Calgary to Toronto. We ended up staying overnight because of the 20-hour layover. And then we got Air Canada the next day to take us to Sao Paulo, is it? Sao Paulo, Brazil.
That's all over. So, yeah.
And we only had a 2-hour layover time to get to our flight. So the flight time was delayed 2 hours, so we missed our flight in Brazil. And because of that, then Air Canada, thankfully, immediately showed up and they got us a hotel, complimentary hotel and complimentary dinner and complimentary breakfast. So that was, it was a little bit of a setback, but we finally did get there. So that would be a con in regards to pros and cons. It can take a while to get there. However, if you make it a journey and you just have fun with it, just let it be what it is, yeah, then it makes it all worthwhile, especially if you're traveling with awesome friends like I do.
Yeah, it worked out very well that way. We had lots of time to chat as well too. But the other thing too is Air WestJet has but it's only from October to April. They have a direct flight to Panama, and then there's a direct flight from Panama to Asuncion. So that makes it a lot shorter as well too. But when we went down in the WestJet's off season, if you want to call it that. There's also other ways of, you can fly right to LAX, LA airport, and then directly to Asuncion. And then if you want to go through the states, etc. as well too. So there are ways of doing it, but we had fun.
Yes, we did. Carol, do you want to add anything?
No, I was thinking that when I first thought of all those flights, I thought, oh my goodness. But we made it fun and we just settled into what was going on and we were totally okay. It was good to get home, mind you. You just know in your mind that it's going to take that length of time and you enjoy the ride.
Absolutely. Enjoy the journey. Thank you. Marianne, yes, it does get pretty hot in the summertime, up to 40 degrees, but I'd rather have 40-degree weather instead of minus 40 in Calgary. So I'm good with that.
There are a lot
That's-
of saltwater pools too.
Yes, there is a lot of saltwater pools. That was great to see. Not chlorine pools. Yeah, it's amazing. And then, of course, when we were there, it was about what, 2022, 24, 22 to 25?
Somewhere in that range, yeah, and up some of them up to 26. And because it's so sunny and clear, it feels warm, warmer as well too. So it was very, very pleasant.
Mm. One of the pros is that at one of the malls in the lower end of the mall, they have a farmers market right in the city. So I guess there's many different farmers markets that are available. We loved going through, right, Carol? That was incredible.
Absolutely. The size of some of the fruit there was amazing. And so much of it, the abundance was incredible. Like ginger that was twice as big as anything we ever see.
Yes.
A pleasure just to walk through it.
And we've heard of people too who have, without doing anything differently, they've actually lost weight because of the fact of how nutrient dense the fruit was, and so you've got all the enzymes, everything in there. So without even doing anything, they were getting back down to a weight that was much more suitable for them.
Absolutely clear. John, standard tourist visa. I think you can stay for 3 months.
I think you can do 3 months, and then if you get pending approval for the application for temporary residency, then you can stay longer because you can stay until they've actually approved it from our understanding of how it's done.
Exactly. And so once you have your temporary residency, you're only required to go to Paraguay for 1 day every year. 1 day every year. So that's not a problem.
Just saw in the chat there, Karen, someone was, I'll just go on to it. Are there homeopaths in Paraguay and other alternative medical care professions? A lot of alternative, it's actually enshrined in their constitution that they can have any kind of alternative care that they want because there's a lot of shaman kind of care as well too. That's there and it's in place. I mean, there is the regular medical profession as well too.
And the doctors there actually make house calls and they'll just charge you for the call. You can get health insurance, but you don't have to have it necessarily.
Yeah. It reminds us when we went into practice 50 years ago. They're much more, say, compassionate, but there is homeopathy there as far as we're understanding, and we believe that there are homeopathic pharmacies as well too. We'll just have to see how that goes, but there'll be no problem with alternative therapies.
And it is a republic as well. There's not a two-party government in Paraguay. And what I was told is I sat beside a pilot actually for Latam, and he said that the government remembers the public backlash 40 years ago. And the public won. I can't remember what the story is around it, but the public won. The people won. The people, not the public, the people. And the government remembers that the people will not tolerate anything that is not for them. So that was very good to hear as well.
Yeah, and from what I understand too, for those who are interested in what happened during the COVID time, is that because they're not under the jurisdiction of the WF or any of that sort of thing, which is really, really nice. But what they did is they thought that they would try the lockdown for a week. And what happened is the public, not the public, but the people rose up and said, enough of this, we're not doing this, we're back to work. And they all backed off, the government backed off because they remembered that what happened 40 years ago. So it was free, it was open, that was there.
And nobody lost their jobs, whether
Yes.
they thought or not. So, I mean, the freedom there was just amazing.
Yeah.
Tony, okay, so the flight from Toronto to Brazil is 10 hours, right?
Toronto to Brazil was 10 hours, yes.
And
Yeah,
then it's 2.5 hours from Brazil to Paraguay.
Yeah.
right.
So that's easy breezy. Yeah, if you live in Toronto, easy breezy, but not from Calgary. I mean, yeah, if we were to go Calgary to Panama, like Claire mentioned, then that would just be incredible potentiality. Ted, salt water for their pools. So a lot of homes have pools as well. So they, instead of a chlorine pool, they create saltwater pools, which are more healthy for us.
And all the condos, the new condos all have pools, usually up at up at the top with a little bit of a oasis kind of scenario that's there as well too. So for those that really are interested in the barbecuing aspect, pretty well every balcony has its already built-in barbecue as well too. But we don't need one of those.
Melanie, great question. At the airports, there are doing facial recognition, or could you opt out? I mean, yes, they are 100% at security. It's just like, oh, we need to take a picture of you. And they've been doing that for years. I remember my boyfriend in 2004. He was from Australia. And every time we went to any airport, they're like, okay, we need to take your photo. And they would take your photo. So, yes, they do that at the airports. And so you have to remember that everyone everyone. This simulation already has your facial recognition from decades ago. Everyone already has facial recognition. And so once you get clear with that in the simulation, your character that's in the game, okay, not the true self, the character in the game, they have you logged in, right? Your birth certificate, driver's license, etc. And everyone that's a character already has facial recognition. And so when they showcase it in movies that there's facial recognition in movies, they're showcasing to you what's already been happening for decades. Okay? So it's just knowing that we're not here to be afraid of it because it's only the character. It's not the true identity. It's not your true source player that they are facial recognition. Okay, what was the ballpark cost for this trip for one? Well, it just depends, Sherry, on how you want to go. If you want to travel there in regards to economy wise or premium or business class in regards to your airfare, depends on where you want to stay at a hotel. If you're talking about residency, then Pierre's who we use, then he sets you up at the Dazzler. Dazzler's like $150 Canadian a night. It's close by, so the agents pick you up, etc. And it makes it easy. But the whole residency process is about 5,000 Canadian. Would that be right, Claire Carroll? No, sorry, that would be
US.
US. 5,000 US.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
So worth it though, 100%. Because once you have your residency, and just per se, I don't want to be a doomsdayer. I'm not. I don't want to project out negative future because we are all the creator of our future. However, if the government starts doing the digital ID at a grocery store, which is just ridiculous, right? Just bringing everyone into the box even more. Then when you have your residency, you can leave Canada. They can't stop you from leaving if you have residency in another country. Cell towers, I don't remember seeing any. They obviously have them. A lot of it was 3G, right?
Yes. Yeah, 3G. They're advertising 5G, but the 3G was what was coming up on our phone all the time. But you can get high-speed internet, just into your house.
Absolutely. Ted, I'm definitely on homeopathy, thanks to Claire and Carol. And I am so much better than I was. Like, oh my gosh, 10 times better.
Karen couldn't even text without coughing.
I know exactly right. That's so funny. Okay, so taxes, 10% tax, income tax, 10%. That's it in Paraguay. Foreigners are not taxed. I think Claire mentioned this already. If you go to a store, they'll ask you for your passport. And if you buy something at a store, they'll ask you for your passport, and then you don't have to pay any tax on any items whatsoever. hmm Krista, oh, what was EPV like, and why wasn't it for you? Do you know what area? You want me to speak my truth. Well, for one thing, anytime that you have someone that has the potential to market a product or a service, you always want to show them the best, right? You want to give them the best bed in the house. You want to give them the best food, etc., right? Well, I felt extremely disrespected when I was there in regards to my accommodation. My accommodation was so bad. It was like the worst I've ever been in my life. I did not have an end tables. My bed was shoved up against the wall. I thankfully Claire and Carol gave me a lamp because I didn't have any lamps at all. I just had a bed, and there was no patio furniture on this beautiful patio that I had a beautiful view. is lovely, but there's no patio furniture that I could enjoy the view. So basically, I just sat on my bed and meditated. And yeah, there's more, but that's really it. It was awful. Yeah, I just really wasn't seen for who I truly am in regards to what I could offer there. And also too, there's a really low energy in regards to a lot of people are leaving and have left. Erwin is not there right now. So you can just feel a lot of the upheaval that's happened in the past, people being angry with Erwin, the whole financial upheaval that happened, people losing money, etc. That's all, Irwin was found not guilty, etc., which is great. But they have a long ways to go in regards to energetically clearing all of that space there. 100%. Yeah. It's definitely an energy thing. Yes, it is, Catherine. 100% it is. Yeah. But the people there are lovely. Oh my gosh, they invite you in to have tea. And they show them your garden, they show your house. Of course, they want to sell their house too. I get it. But they're just really friendly, and it was just incredible. Yeah. I definitely deserve more, upgrading my accommodations. So thankfully, when we left there, I walked into my room at the yacht club and was like, yes, this is my vibe. 100%. Yeah. Sharon, have you heard about rumors about Canada charging people to leave Canada? I've only heard in regards to the 500,000 is for students who want to go and study in the United States. That is the only thing I've heard in regards to people being charged for leaving the country. There's nothing that will ever apply to you or I as sovereign beings. Like, absolutely not. That will never apply to any of you. So we can just delete that 100%. Yeah. And we did go to Sotheby's real estate company and meet them because we wanted to just get an idea on what it looks like in buying property, buying a condo in Ascension, or buying a house in Ascension, or buying property in San Bernardino, which is like a lakeside community. They just said that if you want to buy property, it's good and wise to go through a very well-known and reputable real estate agent. And they said too that when you have a home that you like, it is good to stay in Paraguay for at least a year and just rent so that you get an idea of where you want to live. 100%. I'm going to repeat that. So if you do go to Paraguay and you want to get residency there, rent first. Always rent. You can get Airbnbs, really inexpensive Airbnbs. You can get a one bedroom for 600 US dollars. And that was, there's a guy on YouTube, and he's always promoting these really inexpensive apartments and condos. Not, that would be for the young 20-year-old to the 30-year-olds, right? They're just digital nomads and they want to travel to certain places and they're never home, basically. But everything is possible. Everything. You can get big, beautiful homes there with pools and large yards and have someone they call them maids. Well, actually they call them bed in and bed out. And that's what this pilot told me. He said at my condo, he says I have a condo and I have a home in San Bernardino, and my condo is quite large, and we have what's called a bed in. And I said, oh, what's that? And he goes, it's a maid. It's someone that she lives with you, and they become part of the family. So he goes, I get up in the morning, Karen, and I never have to make breakfast. I never have to make lunch. I never have to make dinner, or my wife never has to cook dinner. My wife never has to cook anything. My wife doesn't have to do anything. She gets to do what she enjoys, what her purpose and passion is in life. And she loves taking care of our kids. So that's what she focuses on. that's a bed in, and then you can have a bed out where someone just comes every day and you just wake up and your breakfast is made for you. And yeah, it's very popular and it's how they live there. You can have a driver for yourself at very minimal charge as well. Oleg, did you guys get a feeling that if country is nice for people, there's no need to live in a community? What are your thoughts on that, Claire?
You could live in the city in your own place. A lot of people live in the countryside. Our driver lived in a small town just not that far from EPV, and there's others that are living in smaller areas as well too, like the towns. It is fit in very well. Basically, it's whatever you're wanting to do. Like if you're wanting to retire, if you're wanting to have a business or those sort of things, and that's going to dictate where you're going to be living. But I think you could feel safe in the city. You would make sure that you got into the places that you would want to be, and the same in the country. But yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Do you? No.
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Stephanie, yay, I would love for you to share EPV. I know that you fell in love with EPV, and I get it. I totally get why people would like to live there. So, yes, please, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen. So we were there in the first 2 weeks of April, my family, my son, 18-year-old, and my husband. And it's tr true what you're saying, Karen. They have gone through a very hard time. And from my own research and talking to Irwin too, it's come straight, the globalists just absolutely did not like what was happening there. And they came in, and they destroyed it. But there is a beautiful core of people there that are strong and that are survivors. And I love that. And yes, I I agree. The energy is definitely low, understandably. Now, our reason for going there is because, well, right now we're farmers here in Ontario, Canada, and for the past 16 years we have sought to become self-sufficient. We have achieved that here in Canada, where we don't need to go into the stores anymore. And we want to continue being self-sufficient. And we want to live in community with people that we can encourage, that we can work with, that we love. We have tried here in Canada to bring such a community together on our farm, and it has not really, it's been a real struggle, let's say it that way. But at Piratava or EPV, there's Piratava is section, I think, A, and EPV is section B. So Piratava is the section that we want to move to. The people that we met there are already in the mindset where they want to work together. And I've seen it, the chicken farmers, all the people that are coming together now they want to make it work, and they're coming together to to take care of these chickens that were so abused by the forceful management that was trying to take over and destroy, right? But we love that. We love people coming together and lifting one another up. We want to be part of what Irwin and Sylvia's original vision was. Yeah, anyways, we loved what we saw, other than that, of course, the takedown that is happening on a global scale right now was actually focused on the EPV and Piratava. And
I'm glad you're going. Yeah. As I said, for farmers, it is perfect for farmers. Like, oh my gosh, right? Yeah. And
yes.
I think Brendan here said in the chat, what is the story? And I said, Brendan, if you want to go onto the Life First Nation YouTube channel, I think it's like just one row down, you'll see what is it, Plan B Paraguay story with Irwin. he tells the story. So you can learn all about it there. 100%. Yeah. But yes, thank you, Stephanie. And we saw where your house is going to be. And I'm so glad that you're going to be nurturing the garden. It so needs some love. Yeah.
We employed a gardener there already. To,
Yes, you did.
no,
I love that you did that. That's
if
beautiful.
there's if there's anybody that's listening to this right now, if any one of them wants to get connect with me, I'd be very glad to do that too. I'll leave my email. Is that okay?
Yes,
My email in the
absolutely
chat?
it is.
Okay, I'll do that.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Yeah, if there's potential and possibilities for anyone to live anywhere in Paraguay. You can just go and check an area out yourself, feel into it, and if it's not your vibe, then you can go somewhere else and check it out there and stay there for a month or so. But that's what I love about Paraguay. I want to go to Incarnation as well. It's another city, and there's amazing communities around that city. There's a bridge there as well where you cross the bridge and you're in Argentina. And I want to explore Argentina. I want to explore Panama as well. So yeah, there's just options. We have options, and it's wherever your soul is guided to be, my friends. Yeah. Thank you so much, Claire and Carol, for being here and being a part of this amazing journey with me. It was so much fun. I just love traveling with both of you.
It's our pleasure, for
Our
sure.
pleasure. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's an incredible and expansive reality that we live in, and there's nothing holding any of us back from experiencing what our heart desires. We just have to say yes to the journey, and there's going to be maybe fears that come up, that you're here to upgrade, to keep upgrading your life and step in and be a part of the change, to let go of fighting the government, to fighting anything. We're not here to fight anything. We are here to be lovers of life and to love people no matter who they are and how they show up. And I respect everyone and who they are. I will always give everyone an opportunity to show up as the best version of themselves. If they don't, then that's okay. I just know that my frequency is going to be popping out of their frequency, and we're just going to be on different paths. We might eventually come together again, right? So we're all on these amazing planes of consciousness, and when we say yes to something, if you felt the calling that you want to check into this more, do your research. 100% do your research on Paraguay. There's some amazing podcasters on YouTube, expat communities, or if you're exploring residency in Paraguay, even if it's not Paraguay, it can be Panama, Brazil, it can be Belize, Costa Rica. It's just that right now, Paraguay was just the easiest to step into. It just felt so easy and smooth and expansive. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I love all of you. Together we rise.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Karen,
Thanks, Claire.
Thanks,
Carol.
Karen, Claire,
Thank you.
Carol.
Thanks, you guys. Outstanding.
Thank you.